Now, shifting our focus to the visit of the Prime Minister to Singapore. Today, he is going to, in fact, hold a meeting with the Singaporean counterpart, Lawrence Wong, as a part of his 2 days visit to the Singapore aimed at deepening the strategic partnership between the two nations. Now, yesterday, the Prime Minister met with the, in fact, the President there over dinner ahead of their formal bilateral meeting and exchange of agreements. The visit will see two sides making efforts to boost cooperation in areas like advanced manufacturing, maritime connectivity, aviation skills and healthcare. Now, among the big takeaways will be an MOU for cooperation in the semiconductor sector, in which Singapore is a global leadership is looking at. Now, this is what the government sources have been telling us. My colleague Rishabh continues to be live with us on this story. Rishabh, today the Prime Minister is going to meet with the Singaporean counterpart. This is part of his 2-day official visit to Singapore aimed at deepening the strategic partnership. Give us more details.
Well, definitely, if we talk about this Singapore visit, very significant visit. And remember, this visit is happening after a gap of 6 years. Last time Prime Minister visited Singapore was back in 2018. Though this is the 6th meeting between Prime Minister Modi and Singaporean Prime Minister, but this one happening, the bilateral happening after quite some time. India has gone there with a very clear business mindset. India needs investment to achieve the 5 trillion economy that India has envisioned, and that's the reason that you'll see a lot of business talking today. The Prime Minister has roundtable with CEOs in Singapore. Prime Minister is also asking the country's various companies to map skilling in India and also develop skill development in India. Workers from Singapore are globally well regarded, and India would like to bring in that prowess to India as well to help address the unemployment issue in the country, first and foremost. Then there is semiconductor on cards. Remember, just last week after the cabinet, the Indian government announced a new semiconductor fab in Gujarat, and Singapore being, almost 10% of global semiconductor production as well as research, India would like to partner with Singapore on that as well. As of now, India has partnered with US, European Union and Taiwan. Singapore can be an addition to India's semiconductor partner, and an MOU on that front is also expected. So definitely for food security, skilling, drugs and medicine, as well as semiconductors are the big ticket announcements that we are expecting once the joint statement takes place later in the day.
So a lot is on agenda today. Both the leaders are going to meet, and also Prime Minister is also going to meet with the CEOs of the Singaporean companies is something that we're learning. Thanking Rishabh for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this, but right now we're taking a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I am the future that was born 100 years ago. I am the purpose that emerged with India's independence, to be a force for business that makes doing good our business, towards an independence where knowledge sets us free, to think big and achieve bigger, towards a future made perfect, and be a force creating abundance. Because independence is not a moment in history, it's a never-ending path to prosperity. Aditya Birla Group, a force for good.